Oh boy, and we're here. We're finally here. We're back. And this time I'm not puking. So hopefully today I'll be a little livelier. I don't know how many people we've got. So let's just get started. Doesn't matter. Today, we're looking at 3 matches. All from the same person. Because nobody's sending in matches.
And everyone is too good, so they don't need reviews.
Yeah.
They don't need help.
Nobody needs help. Today's matches are sent in by NCH's own Nook. Might have seen him running around. And why don't we just get right into it?
Round 1.
2.
Nook is Oxmo here on the right.
Yeah, so we'll just kind of look. We'll just so in beginner breakdowns, we take a look at the replays of people who put anything in, and we give you some tips and maybe some tricks if we know how to play the character well enough. But some tips on how to not get bodied as badly. You'll still get bodied by people who are better than you, but if you listen to what we say here and try to implement them into your game, you should do a little bit better.
All right. So I think the first thing we gotta talk about is like first thing that we notice is obviously Guile can anti-air. So we should probably stop jumping at him, and we should probably try to anti-air ourselves. Yeah. Oh, Guile fucked up a flash kick there.
The streams look like a little choppy for me. Yeah, let me see if everyone else is having any issues like that. Yeah, video's choppy, yeah. Alright, well, it looks like you're out of luck. You're out of luck.
Alright, it's fine. This is fixable, sort of.
Every week, same issue. They just won't let you do it. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, I wish I could do it. Alright. Alright, we're good. We're good now. So let's talk about trying to compete against Guile in a fireball war. And trying to time our Tatsus as well. I feel like that should have been an anti-air right there. I feel like if you take off to the air first and then you see Guile jump, you should probably be trying to mash out and medium punch DP here. You know, if you were able to notice the jump.
I think Tenha would have worked here as well.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe a little slow for back hard punch.
I think with these particular videos, because it was taken from Nook's stream, it doesn't have the input, so we don't know what he tried here.
Yeah.
It's possible he was going to do Shoryuken, but he was too late.
Well, I mean, we could take a look frame by frame and try to decipher if anything came out, but no, it looks like every single one of these frames was just block low, out of all things.
Yeah, I just got straight hit. All right, well, that sucks.
Well, if we can't anti it, we at least got to block high. But, you know, it was sort of scrambly, you know. This jump thing, this jump right here, neutral jump to fireball.
So an important thing to note is if you can block, you could have Shoryuken, because it's frame 1 invincible.
Yeah.
So if you block or you got hit, unless you were in the recovery of a move, you could have Shoryuken.
Round 2.
Oof.
We've also seen an attempt to try to get past Guile's fireballs and stuff here. Last time we tried a Tatsu, it hit us. Yeah. The fireball hit us because we did Tatsu at the wrong time. But now we're just we're reacting to anything, right? I feel like this was Nook trying to react to Boom but he was just pretty much looking for any sort of animation change.
I mean, that's smart
Guile.
on the Guile's part to bait that.
Yeah. Though it's a pretty weird move to try to bait that with. Backhand. Usually Guiles like to use standing medium punch to bait Boom stuff, because the startup sort of looks like the startup of Boom.
Yeah.
Oh man. We're so lucky that that Guile didn't punish that sweep right there. But it's fine, he'll just walk up throw. Good tech. Whoa, no punish on the flash kick. At this range right here, yeah.
Crouch heavy punch would have reached.
Yeah, crouching heavy punch would have reached. You know, when you're gonna punish someone with for doing a DP or flash kick or something, we probably want to do the heaviest combo we can. Medium punch right there wouldn't have given us an incredible amount. There we go. That's what we're looking for.
Guile
with 2 flash kicks.
Guile could do crouch medium punch, boom, or crouch medium punch flash kick, which is good enough. He can also counter sweep because he's got a 7-frame startup sweep.
Yeah. Now it's normally I'd say this is too much to ask for from a player, but this is gold, so fuck you. Guile's sweep is one of the longest sweep animations in the game. After you see the first sweep, you should be able to try to whiff punish after the second one. Just requires a little bit of timing, knowing when to press after the second sweep. Obviously, you don't want to get clipped by it, right?
And that means you also have to need to lab it, because otherwise, I mean, can't whiff punish you what you haven't labbed.
Yeah. But it is one of those moves that's like, this is like Baby's first whiff punish. It's slow enough to be able to whiff punish without it being too difficult. Sort of like Zangief's standing hard punch, that kind of stuff. Like the activate. Spending our bar here. But yeah, now that you've activated, God, it's just like, nah. Oh, could have gotten something out of that dive kick, I think, right? Counter him.
But who practices dive kick? Like, practices that stuff. I think he tried to jump after, and it went nowhere.
Yeah, counter a dive kick. Could have definitely done something, I think. Oh, we try to go for for the chop, the slam. Yeah, that's what happened.
I feel like that was probably a mistake.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I don't know, I don't know if input error, because if you're gonna try to get anything out of like a counter hit dive kick, it's probably not gonna be a heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like medium kick works just fine, standing medium kick. If you're not entirely sure how much time you have, maybe you feel like that dive kick was a little too high, you don't have enough time for a medium kick, you could also just do standing light kick. That goes straight into Tatsu as well.
I like how he gets hit by an air attack and his first instinct is the jab.
Yeah.
Classic gold players, man.
Well, I mean, if he was gonna be comboed, that jab wouldn't have come out anyway. I feel like jab there is a pretty safe choice,
I mean, blocking would have been a better choice.
Yeah, but he did get hit, so naturally, if I get hit by a dive kick like that, I'm like, oh, I'm getting comboed. So
yes,
it's fine. I'll just double tap a couple of lights. I'll just double tap a couple of lights. Fuck it. Like, if you drop your combo, that's your fault.
We review all games below. We try to review any game below platinum. If we have someone above platinum, maybe we'll look at it. But at that point, you're not really a beginner. And maybe in the grand scheme of things, you're a beginner. But for the purposes of NCH, no. So we do review. Last week was some bronze masters. Okay.
A little bit too much willfulness to stay on the ground here from Nook, I feel.
So, this was actually...
release booms, but not a single neutral jump.
We've actually seen from before, because I was watching Nick's stream earlier, that he spent a lot of time in the air, and it was getting him killed quite a bit, and he was reluctant to stay on the ground. So this is probably a culmination of that session where we told him he needed to chill with the air fireballs and just stay on the ground a bit here.
I don't like forward jumps against any zoner.
If you get the read, then yeah, but if you don't get the read, then...
Because, let's see, right here. Yeah, like, right here, forward jump is fine. Because, you know, Gal's not going to be able to flash kick you from there, obviously. At this range, I would like to see neutral jump and then walk forward and then, like, I don't know, like, standing medium kick into buffer Tatsu or something.
You don't need to get coaching specifically from us, Boogie. You just be active in the coaching channel in nch Discord, and you should be able to find the help that you require.
Yeah, ask for help in the SFV coaching chat in NCH, and we have plenty of coaches who'll take a look at you. You know.
So you notice here that Nook does air fireball, and then he does fireball on the ground, and then tries to steal more turns despite being mites.
Yeah. He has
So
counter hit on, like, what is that, -6, like Ryu's? I think?
yes,
Yeah.
So you just gotta chill.
Yeah, chill. Did he have bar for that fireball to make it plus? Yeah, I think so, right?
I don't know. The video doesn't show me. Oh, there. No, he didn't. Oh,
he had bar for EX here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So,
oh no, wait.
So
Oh no, wait. That fireball gave him bar. All right, fair enough. But still, you can't be pressing after -6. You can walk back.
Unless you're sure you can.
Akuma has crazy fucking good walk speed. So if you want to get something out of like your -6 fireball, what you can do is like walk back a tiny little bit right here and then press standing medium kick. That way maybe Guile whiffs something into it. That's about all you're gonna get though.
See, you know, on that jump fireball, if you just did a normal forward jump, probably would hit him.
Yeah, probably. Let's take a look at a Guile's recovery.
That lag time, because it wasn't a reaction to the fireball. It was a preemptive forward jump. So, oh, that's toxic. Okay.
Nah. I don't think he would have been able to punish that with a regular jumping. Because Guile threw out his EX. He had already recovered.
I think because the fireball actually slowed him down a bit, that he could have done something.
I don't know. Let's take a look. And then let's assume that's like another 5 frames after this jump. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The air fireball like lags you pretty badly.
I don't know. I feel like Guile could have recovered quickly enough from an EX boom.
Yeah, it's totally possible.
Especially, I mean, looking at the range that Nook jumped at as well.
Man, you seen Akuma's jump fierce?
Yeah, like at that range, at this jumping range, I feel like EX boom, no way he's gonna be able to punish that.
You could always lab it. You can recreate it in the lab and try it.
Yeah, EX boom is one of those damn moves that are just so good. But yeah, I like the pressure after the air fireball, but again, it's not much because we get what, crouching medium kick into fireball. If you want to steal a turn, kind of like we saw Nook here wanted to after this fireball right here. After the crouching medium kick, maybe walk up, standing medium kick. You know, just press a button, more pressure, right? Staggered buttons, that always helps.
So, because I watched the stream, I feel that Nook does abuse or tries to abuse the fact that Akuma has the jump altering air fireball, but it doesn't pay off that much. So he's definitely got to chill on it, and I think Akuma players when they start out definitely like to lean on that particular move a whole lot, and it's great against some characters, and it's not so great against a lot of the other ones. So
yeah, like right here, I like the staggered buttons to try to catch stuff. This is what should happen after that last one. But instead of just, you know, crouching medium punch, stagger into crouching hard punch, I would have liked to see in the crouching medium kick, walk up, standing medium kick. But yeah, he gets this crush counter. That gets a lot of people. At this range, can Akuma even get anything? I feel like he can dash. I feel like he can 4-dash once, get DP, maybe?
Maybe walk forward.
Yeah.
Maybe walk forward. Yeah, sure you can, but
not entirely sure.
Not great.
Range. Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. Not dash up. I don't think enough time at all.
You probably should finish the target combo if you get the CC.
Yeah.
And then that would be perfect range for the Shoryuken.
I like the activate. Keep him in that corner. Brush counter. Shimmies.
Target combo? Guma has a target combo? Oh, the rest of the target combo. Yeah.
The hard punch. He has a lot of them. Hard kick. Hard punch.
I totally forget that's the target combo, and it's not just just a set of normals that just automatically go. Alright, so meaty stand heavy punch, which is minus.
Again, we're not really seeing any EX usage like at all from Nook. He has all this bar to work with, and he's not using it.
There's not a whole lot he can do in terms of
here,
EX.
He could have done something, right? Standing medium punch into fireball. Immediately lose your turn, right? -6. When he could spend a little bar to get, you know, B+, and then continuous pressure, like, you know, walk, standing medium kick. Again, I feel like I'm really pushing the walk back or forward into standing medium kick because it's so fucking good.
Well, the issue you might run into is EX Fireball is only +1, and at that range, it would make sense to jab check.
Yeah, I got punch for that sweep. Reversing. I like that. See, we're seeing these neutral jumps, which is great against these fireballs, but then we're not walking. The whole point of neutral jump in the fireball wars, especially in Street Fighter, is you want to walk forward after a neutral jump over a fireball. You want to take the time that it takes that fireball to leave screen to at least get a tiny little bit of space, rather than walk back or sit there. You know, simply just because of the fact that, you know, Gal can't have more than one fireball on screen at a time. So you can safely walk forward and block, you know, to get a little bit of space, because there's no fear of getting hit by a fireball immediately afterwards if you have enough space for the fireball to, like, you know, travel behind you, right, to let you walk.
Yeah, especially Akuma is privileged and has his own fireball, so he can challenge the normal booms with his own fireball, which you don't really see Nook do at all. Yeah. He just kind of lets it go.
Yeah. Gal, yeah, so those red fireballs in this matchup are really great full screen. The only possible thing Gal could really do to stop it is react to the startup of, like, you know, like a slow red fireball, like medium for 2 hit or heavy for 3 hit, is react with EX boom. because it is quite a bit of startup for red fireball. But we didn't test if this Gal could do that, so we'll never know.
Try to walk forward here. Oh no, about to eat some low military boost here.
Uh-oh. I'm surprised this Gal didn't flash kick to end it. But yeah, again, all this bar, all this EX.
Final round. Fight.
I hope Nokia isn't trying to like save it for Demon or something.
He does Demon a surprising amount, which is sort of interesting because Demon is sort of, aside from being a style move, you really suck at using Demon for a long time when you play Akuma.
Yeah.
It is sort of a the way I see it used most is as a wake up. Otherwise, it's in a setup, and you don't see people below essentially Diamond using it in a setup because it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. So, yeah, that Guile should have done in the last match anyway. He should have done crouch leg kick, crouch leg punch, flash kick.
If I were coaching this Kyle, I'd be yelling at him for not pressing a button after that. It's -6 fireball right here. Just, you know, sweep that boy. I think because
you gotta react. I mean, your sweep is still is only 7 frames, so you could block in time.
Yeah, you can block in time, but if we're looking at this from an outsider's perspective, or from the perspective of Guile, then we've definitely by now noticed that this Akuma is trying to steal turns after -6 fireball.
Oh, well, maybe he doesn't know, and maybe they'll add it in next time. But yeah, that bad jump, got him flash kick in his mouth. Oh, yo, that was good.
Yeah, he tried to backdash it a second time. Uh-oh, got thrown. And that's the thing we use our bar for. I think, literally, is that actually the first thing he uses EX for? In
this round, yeah.
Or in this entire match, I think. I don't think we saw in the last 2 rounds any use of EX. But yeah. Again, one thing I can't stress enough is the willfulness that you should have to test what your opponent can and can't do, and use your life as a resource for that. You know, before you start losing it.
I'm almost sure I fought this guy in gold on PS4. I'm pretty sure I fought him before. He still plays just as wild as I remember.
Yeah, because we didn't really test this guy how this guy would deal with us just sitting full screen and like throwing the like medium red fireball, heavy when we could sneak it in there, right? Again, the only thing Gal could have done to stop it really is like well placed EX boom. But we didn't really test that. We didn't test a lot of things against this Gal.
I think there was a lot of risky maneuvers by Nook that could have been done safely. So a lot of his jumps that were fireballs, the fireball is sort of one that you want to use as a, well, I know you can anti-air, but I got this. So I think most of Nook's jumps were air fireballs. And they actually weren't normal jump-ins.
Yeah.
And as a Mika player, that baffles me.
Either that or they were full screen forward jumps, which gets you nothing because you're full screen. Again, in this against the zoner, I really can't stress enough how good neutral jump is, because there's a short amount of time where they can't throw another projectile. and you can start your pressure, because while you're on the ground, a guile or whatever zone you're playing against is going to be so much more uncomfortable flash kicking you or DPing you while you're on the ground than when you're in the air. Simply because when you're on the ground, you can block. So you can very, very safely start your pressure. At the end of this round, we start to see a little bit of, trying to challenge these booms with the red fireballs. But at this point, it's like, it's too late for this sort of experimentation, because you don't have the resource necessary for this experimentation, which is life. So it's very, very risky at this point. This sort of, like, trying out like a new thing in the match they haven't really tried or whatever. That's kind of stuff that you have to test when you have the life for it. Testing how your opponent will deal with stuff. Canceled. He empty. I think he I think he empty canceled the. Is that Kara?
Yeah. So it's the. So that's something you do as a meaty, because they expect the meaty button, and it's no. Just kidding. It was Demon.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But yeah, literally, I think the only thing that EX was used for is this right here, and Gal fucks up, doesn't punish him. Random ass flash kick will get you.
You lose.
Yeah. I don't know. The people don't test their opponent enough when they have the chance, I feel, in these ranks. Sometimes players will learn that, okay, excessive jumping is bad, obviously. I'm going to get anti-aired. But then there's matches where they'll spend, the entire match not jumping at all. It's like, well, even if you were going to get anti-aired for jumping, you didn't test if your opponent could even anti-air you properly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because imagine we're fighting against the guile, so we have this preconceived notion that he's gonna fucking flash kick us every single time he jumps. So you spend the rest of the match not jumping at him. But what if this is like the worst guile in the world and he sucks with those anti-airs, and the best he can get is like fucking anti-air jab, right? And it's like that's not enough of a punishment for the amount of risk reward that we have for jumping, especially the reward. So definitely testing your opponent on their ability to deal with your shenanigans when you have the life for this sort of experimentation is very, very important. If you leave it till the end of the match when you have no life, you're gonna die. But yeah. Alright, let's move on to the next match here. Let me see. There's a couple matches versus a Colleen.
Fight.
Now, I used to play Colleen back before V-Trigger 2s came out. So I can offer a tiny little bit of insight in this matchup, but maybe not for V-Trigger 2. That's gonna happen at least a couple times in a match. You're gonna get anti-aired with that heavy parry. I like this already. We see some adaptation from Nook here. We got the last time we jumped at Colleen, we got parried. So immediately after one of the following jumps that Nook attempts is an empty jump, which I think is really smart. Yeah. But if you're gonna do an empty jump, the first thing you do when you land shouldn't be a mid, it should be a low, And there he tries it again, and the low actually works this time. But we weren't buffering into anything, so we just kind of got that into a fireball.
Yeah, you confirm your low into your medium kick toss to at that range.
Yeah. Definitely I confirm.
You kept trying it this time, but the Colleen is ready to just hit buttons.
Round 2.
This is a every Colleen does this. They'll do light or medium hands, which doesn't knock down. Only heavy knocks down. NEX, obviously. And then they'll just do overhead because you'll be sitting there blocking. So if you don't notice that a Colleen finishes with heavy hands and doesn't knock you down, they're probably gonna try to finish the match with some sort of shenanigans, overhead, and kick.
Round 2.
I feel like this is a matchup where you're gonna get hit by crouch and medium kick a lot. Yeah. I mean, that shit is +1. I don't know why the hell your crouch and medium kick is +1.
It doesn't lead it. It doesn't lead into.
No, it doesn't lead into anything.
Oh, except Peachy.
But it's just yeah, except Beacher. But it's an extremely fucking good poke. It's such a good poke. It's +1, so why the hell not? This right here. Yeah, you can definitely challenge. If Colleen does light punch, medium punch, the target combo, you can definitely challenge, even if she stops it after medium punch. If she does light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, that's punishable. That's just minus as hell. If she does light punch, medium punch, it's not as punishable. You can definitely take your turn back though. It's still minus. Oh, you fucked up, but you got meaty. Uh-oh.
I feel like he pressed the wrong button on wake up after that that drop that Colleen did.
Yeah.
That crouch medium punch. I feel like that probably shouldn't have worked if he woke up light punch.
Yeah. Let's take a look back. We tried throw. It looks like.
Oh, okay, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Trying to tech.
Yeah, trying to tech.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's
That's
fair.
fair.
Enough time to meaty here, definitely. I don't think anything would have worked here. She did kind of.
I feel that stand light punch probably would have worked.
Yeah, I mean, she did. Colleen did kind of delay the meaty here, like a little too much. So we can.
Well, if all else fails, EX sure you can would have worked here.
No, actually. Apparently this crouch and medium punch hit on the frame that light punch or any other 4-framer would have hit, so I would have just lost in the
Well,
trade.
stand light punch is 3 frames, so.
For Akuma?
Yep, he's got a 3 frame.
It's a 3-frame? What?
Yeah, stand light punch is a 3 frame.
What?
Yeah, man.
What? I'm opening up fat. What the hell?
Man.
Wait, what?
You think the Master of the Fist don't got a 3 frame? Dog.
It is a 3-frame. What the hell?
Man, you've been playing this entire game.
Akuma's got the best of fucking both worlds, man. It's bullshit.
Fast walk speed. Yeah, sure, you can 3 frame. So, I think 3 frame here would have worked.
Yeah.
So
3 frame here would have definitely worked.
So a big deal, a big thing is definitely. But you shouldn't tech so much. Here. Don't tech so much. There's no reason to be teching a whole lot of the time.
If you're gonna tech on wake up, it better be a delay tech. Is all I'm saying. But yeah, 3 frame would have definitely worked here. Though this can be a true meaty against 3 frame as well. I feel, because I feel like Colleen just delayed her meaty a tiny little bit. She had a lot more time to do it, so it can definitely be any option.
You could just ask Colleen players and see if that's real.
It looks real.
So an important thing is, yeah, if you have connections with people who play this character, you can ask them, "Hey, man, is this real? they mess with me, and they go, well, yeah, dude, can't do anything about that. And then they go, oh no, dude, that was an 8-frame cap. You got robbed.
And we're so lucky that Colleen didn't get a full jump and punish on that EX Tatsu.
Huh? The EX
or the Yashoryu. Tatsu, yeah. We're so lucky she didn't get full jump in. Because she could just do jump in, standing, jumping hard kick, standing hard kick, medium kick, and
he would have died.
Would have been stunned. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so Colleen could have just waited back while he went up in the end, then did a forward jump, and it would have been.
Yeah.
But alright, let's yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Colleen's got crazy good options against fireballs, especially in V-Trigger 2. She could just let that shit rip.
Nook tends to waste all his V-Trigger doing air fireballs.
Yeah.
And maybe back before they nerfed it, that would have been a good idea because you could get 4 of them, but now you get 2 in a bit. So you have to be more conservative with your V-Trigger.
Colleen's definitely a character you can challenge with fireballs because her options outside of V-Trigger 2 aren't great. They require, a bit of precision. Like she can she can slap them away with her ice ball, like the initial hit. That only takes care of 1-hit fireballs. And then she can do like light vanity step into the lunge, but that requires a little bit more precision to get through the fireball correctly. In V-Trigger 2, however, you shouldn't be challenging this character with fireballs at all. She can just press a button and get the lunge. But yeah, I like this though. Challenging after a non-knockdown hands. Because Colleen's will go for shenanigans, Though this is very common thing Colleen's do. They'll just do like standing light kick into hands and stuff.
It's a smart buffer because it'll catch you doing anything.
Yeah, that standing light kick from Colleen is godlike. It's not as good as Seku's standing light kick, but it's fucking pretty good. Into light hands, that shit's safe. And max distance.
I do like what Colleen's do is they'll do the light parabellum and on block, and then they'll parry right after. So she'll challenge you. You eat that parry. It's so funny, but I hate it so much. And I'll punish this parabellum. No.
We tried an overhead. It would have worked too if we were a little closer. But yeah.
You're trying to do the max range overhead.
Yeah, max range overhead.
I mean, it's smart. Max range overhead is actually pretty smart, but it's hard to do. You have to practice getting the spacing for that, otherwise you get this unfortunate miss and they can whip punish you.
Yeah. Activate. Yeah, like I said, not a character that when Colleen has enough time, and especially the V-Trigger. V-Trigger 2, you do not want to throw a fireball at this character. It's just you get press of a button, right through.
What Nick could have done here is I'm 100% sure he activated and jumped.
He was walking forward. It looks like he
could have just waited an EX Shoryuken. That would have been. Yeah. That is the ultimate get out of here.
Just block this. I'm pretty sure this is minus as fuck.
Oh yeah, it's like minus 12.
Yeah, it's minus 12. You just
it's pretty minus.
So now that we know that Colleen has this great move while she's in V-Trigger 2 to get through fireballs, it's a pretty easy bait. Just like her parries are a pretty easy bait once you know that they're keen to use them. The wake V-Trigger 1. Yeah.
Round 2. Fight.
Ouch.
Now we have a full bar. We can definitely get an advantage in this round. Yeah. Good anti-air. Yeah. We're going back mid-screen though. Free's a good corner carry. Yeah. Those hands. Ah, the overhead! Every time. So, by now, we should be trying to react to it. You know. I'll give it to you though. You know, obviously to be able to react to an overhead, you've had to have seen it a million times before. You know, the startup. You know, that kind of stuff.
Also have to go over that. Okay, well, overhead is probably likely here.
Yeah, it's very, very likely here. It's as likely. It's as likely when you're close to stun as it is when you're close to death. Colleen's love his overhead.
I mean, it's good. I mean, having an overhead is just good.
Pretty fast. It's pretty
just
fast
having
for an overhead. That's just got weird startup as well.
You lose.
Yeah, let's move on to the last Colleen match, and we can keep talking about this matchup.
I think we actually don't have too much time here for to continue these matches for Nook, so we should actually save this for next week.
You think?
And yeah, and we'll headline that one for next week. Hopefully, Nook has done some research for his Guile match. maybe not his issues are specifically Guile related, but definitely he has some choices that he makes that don't particularly pan out. They're sort of for situations in which you've already conditioned your opponent to block the safe thing. But if you don't even start with the safe thing, they're not going to respect it. They're going to say, "Oh well, he's doing big stuff every time, so I'm just gonna mash." Yeah, I'm just gonna mash.
Yeah. But yeah. All right. So yeah. Yeah, you're right. We're close to the hour mark, so fuck it. Yeah, let's call it here. Let me tell you guys how to get in, how to get your replays in. So here's an ad. When we have like an excess of replays that people send in, we like to do little like episodes, like actually fully edited episodes that are recorded, off stream. However, when we don't have a surplus of videos, we're just though. So, however, when we don't have a surplus of video, we are just gonna be streaming every Tuesday at 8 p.m. obviously. And if you'd like to send in your replay, you just send it in to nch.beginner.breakdowns@gmail.com, or you can post the link in NCH and tag us with @beginner.breakdowns in the Discord if you're too lazy to send an email.
Or maybe Stu Cumberson to send an email. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah. Like if it's I don't want to record it, I'll just get my replay ID and ping the role and then let them record it, because I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I do appreciate people that do actually record their matches and send them in, but a replay ID is fine if you don't have the setup to be able to record. Though it's very rare that you don't. But yeah, replay ID is fine. I'll go in there and I'll record your match, no problem. As long as people are sending in replays that they want us to take a look at, because I could just be going into like random like replays from like bronze to silver or whatever in CFN and just record those. But it's better.
Bully. It's time to bully.
Yeah, it's time to bully. It's time to talk shit about people that aren't in NCH. But no, we wanna do these with replays that people in NCH send, because it's a little nicer. It's the community. We're helping you guys out, so yeah, definitely appreciate that. But yeah, so definitely thank you for coming tonight and watching this. Hopefully we all learned a little thing. Few things. Hopefully Nook takes a look at this and considers some stuff that we said. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. So,
yeah, I think definitely as a sort of closing here, for Nook, he needs to spend a vast majority of his time working more on safe pressure. and avoiding because he's in gold now.
Yeah.
So at this point, his execution should be far tighter than it is if you were in bronze, because I mean bronze players will they're just getting their feet in the game, so their controls aren't going to be aren't as clean. So at this point, you should be thinking more about, okay, I know how to jump, I know how to do this one combo, but I need to do the combo that is safer and will get me into less trouble. But in the back of my mind, I have my gimmicks. I have my my raw demon flip, raw EX demon flip. I have my air fireball, and then I have fireball, empty fireball with feature.
Noah was definitely a little bit more tame in these matches than when I played him. Because when I played him, I was just getting demon flipped all day.
I mean, when I play Nook, it's Mika, so he just does things that beat Mika. But because I know I got safer pressure options, I usually end up winning just through also command grab. So I mean that's all the beast that you got to deal with. But yeah, he needs to spend more time doing safer ways to get in. Akuma walks fast, so there is no need to necessarily jump. And he should be utilizing that more in his matches. Because I mean, if I see air fireball more than once against people who pretty much
have an anti.
Yeah, I don't think that's worth it. You should just jump fierce.
Yeah.
What beats Mika? Anytime you do drop kick, Akuma can do forward heavy punch and beat it. If Mika does crouch heavy punch, Akuma can do forward heavy punch and beat it. The only thing that Akuma loses to against Mika is the air fireball, because if Mika has bar, she can snatch him out of the sky. But Akuma does well against Mika. He's got a good neutral, which Nook unfortunately didn't show us a whole lot of in his matches because he decided to take to the air like he was Mika. And he has a lot of options that Mika particularly can't deal with, and by extension a lot of grapplers can't deal with, because a fireball is good. Walking fast is also good. So if Nook actually spent more time staying the ground, challenging with his stand medium kick, which leads into all sorts of shenanigans, then I think his matches would have gone a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to see from Nook in the future a better resource management. I mean, spending EX. Just those EX fireballs are underappreciated. Again, we didn't really see any demon flips in these matches.
Yeah, EX demon flip is some nonsense.
Yeah, EX demon flip is stupid as hell. But above, I mean, when I mean resource management, I mean above anything else. I'd like to see better resource management of his health. I mean, Akuma having the lowest health in the game is obviously a little riskier. But you gotta use that health for something. And I'd like to see Nook test his opponents more with all of his options, just to know what he can and can't do against his opponent. Because when you're playing ranked, especially, you're not gonna be playing a first of 10 against these people. You're gonna see them once, and maybe that's the last time you'll ever see them. So, spend that health, spend that little bit of health just to, maybe their anti-airs suck, or like maybe they're really bad at punishing the specific setup, and I can start like stealing turns, right? Or like, oh, they don't know this is fake, that kind of stuff. You learn a lot just for, eating shit and testing everything against your opponent. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all the points we had to make tonight. Again, if you want to send in a replay, you just send it in to nch.beginner.breakdowns@gmail.com. You can also send in any sort of questions you want to see read on the show. Other than that, if you don't want to send an email, you can just add us in the Discord. at Beginner Breakdowns and send in your replay ID or your replay like recording link or whatever, and we'll take a look at it. So yeah, hope to see you guys around. And yeah, all right, that's it. See ya.
Well, well, I'm Denzel.
Yeah, and I'm JoJo.
And we will see you next week.
Yeah. Bye-bye.